Scorpio, this is your February 2019 general tarot reading. I hope you guys are well. And as usual, for this month, as always, I'm using the spiral deck for your basic spread. And your clarifiers this month are from the Wildwood Tarot. This is a cute little deck I recently got. If you've been watching me for a while, then you'll recognize these. I've used these before. And of course, this is for Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, and Scorpio moon. And if for some reason this reading does not resonate for you, you may want to check out your other two and see if those resonate at all. Thank goodness, this reading is much more practical and down to earth than it's been for a while for you. And I have to admit, I didn't think I would be able to take another in-depth, emotional reading, because I just almost cried in the Virgo reading today. That one was really intense. If you guys know Virgos, give them a big hug, okay? Like a big bear hug. See what happens when you do that. So I'm going to show you your basic layout, and then I'll get started. Your central experience for the month of February isn't all that exciting looking, but it's not that bad either. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Your challenge is the Six of Wands. What is helping you is the Nine of Wands. At the root of your being, you have the Ace of Pentacles. In your recent past, or which you're coming away from, is the Nine of Pentacles. Your best possible outcome. This is funny. This is really, really funny. You'll see when you see the clarifiers, but you have the Knight of Swords. Coming up for you, very nice. You have the Queen of Pentacles. She's been showing up quite a bit this month for a lot of people. You right now are the Six of Pentacles. There's a lot of pentacles in here. In your surroundings, very nice. You have the Star. Your hopes are for the Ten of Pentacles. And your general outcome is the Ten of Cups. Yeah. So, here we go. Your central experience for February. You have the Eight of Pentacles in with the Queen of Swords, which in this is a swan. I like this version of the Queen of Swords. It seems to me, just from watching other readers over the years on YouTube, the Queen of Swords seems to be, pardon me for swearing, but the no bullshit card. And most people portray her or read it as someone who's very sharp or jaded or whatever. But she's the Queen of Swords. I like this version of it. It shows off the graceful qualities and the soft, graceful, and flowing qualities of the Queen of Swords rather than the sharp quality of it. So what I'm getting is that if you have been working extremely hard towards your goals, or just working extremely hard, period, you've either been working a lot or you're just trying to knock things out. It seems as though work is getting a lot easier now, or a lot more flowing and graceful now. Possibly the hump of the work is over with, or the bulk of the hardest part of the work is over with. Now it's just keeping up with a steady flow of creating things, or working on things, or producing things in your life. of producing prosperity for yourself so you have what you need. If you have had trouble finding work, or finding the right job for yourself, or even struggling a little bit in the past with your own self-employed business, if you are self-employed or you own your own business, you may be coming from a difficult patch. And now things are about to smooth out where you can just steadily, gracefully move forward bit by bit with what you're doing. The hump is over, if that makes any sense. Or the hardship is over. Now it's easy to work, or you enjoy your work, or the work is going very smoothly. What you're learning just in general in your life is going a lot more smoothly now. And you may need to make some decisions, but it's completely in you to be able to make the best decisions for yourself. If you're working on anything that has to do with communications, whether it's writing a book or instructing, as in teaching something to others, it's going to bring you really good things if you just keep it up. And writing the book is going easily, or teaching the class is going easily. You're able to fully be yourself with what you're doing. You're able to practice what you believe in with what you're doing. So it looks good. If you've been looking for work, it looks as if it's going to become a lot easier to find the work that you're looking for. Your challenge. Is the Six of Wands in with the Emperor, which in this is called the Green Man. It's number 4. Your challenge may be in materializing success. It may be that you've been working a lot and it's been slow, or you haven't been making enough for what the amount of work is worth. Or if you've been having a hard time finding something, it looks as though you're going to find it soon, or it's coming to you, but you're struggling with doubt, or you're struggling with even feelings of, pardon me for saying it this way, feeling like a loser. You know, that's the opposing message of the Six of Wands, of worrying that you will succeed, or wondering if you can't succeed, or if you will succeed, or if you will have the outcome that you've been striving for all this time, or even simply just creating stability for yourself. The Green Man is all about being grounded and having what you need, and having some solid structures up in your life that make you feel like things are in order, or that you have what you need, or you have a solid foundation to work off of. It may be a challenge this month to feel as though this is happening, or that you can do this, but keep in mind this is just a challenge. This isn't stopping you, and it's not saying that this won't happen. It's just saying you're struggling with this, or even feeling like you can do something or create something. Or that you can win with authority figures. If you have to deal with a system, you may be worried that you're wondering if you can even succeed with something with dealing with the system. So what is helping you is that you're actually almost completely complete with a rebirth. You know what this is reminding me of if you've been watching me for a while? This is reminding me of the last 2 months with that Judgment card. I think 2 months ago you had it in your hopes, then you had it as your challenge. This is reminding me of that because this 8 of Cups card here is called Rebirth, and the Judgment card is all about rebirth. It seems as though this is helping you now. So if you hit some kind of a clog over last month on whether or not you can fully transform all the way and just be done with this transformation so you can move on, it looks as if this is in sight now, or this is happening now, and this is what's helping you. Is it's becoming easier for you to accept and allow and usher in this rebirth that you've been working on for so long. This could be an emotional rebirth, a spiritual rebirth, a feeling of being renewed, a feeling of knowing what you're doing, a feeling renewed with your vision. And of course, with the Nine of Wands here, this says you've been doing a lot towards this rebirth. You've been working a lot towards gracefully moving forward and transforming gracefully. And so it says you just have a teeny bit, last little bit to do, and you're basically done. Now you can present your new transformed self to the world and say, look at what I did, I transformed. Look at what I'm capable of now. So this is what's helping you. Also, to give yourself a pat on the back, to congratulate yourself for this. You've done a great deal of work, and you haven't given up on this or given up hope that this can happen all the way. So congratulations. This is what's helping you. And also to firmly stand strong in what you know is right for you, or knowing yourself well, being proud of yourself. Looking at yourself not with what you haven't accomplished or what you haven't mastered yet, but what you already have, or what you are finally fulfilling all the way right now. So at your core of your being, you're feeling much more energy now, or optimism or passion towards creating a new reality for yourself. This could be a new job, a new relationship, a new home, a new business, a new whatever, that is truly a much more free-flowing, organic version of, or even better thing, different from what you had before. You've been wanting this. And if you have dealt with discouragement or wondering whether this is possible, this is totally possible for you. And you feel this deep within you, which is awesome to see. You feel sure of this new beginning now. You're no longer doubting it, and you know what you have to do. You believe in your own abilities. You're strong in yourself this month. You feel completely empowered. You have the Sun here with the Ace of Pentacles. I'm looking at how energizing this Sun card is. It just feels like you're filled with heart chakra energy, where you believe in what you're doing fully at your deepest core of yourself, which is amazing to see. Is potential can be birthed now, or you feel potential birthing within yourself. You feel filled with fire over this. This can even be talents, putting your talents out there, or feeling sure of your own gifts or your own talents, knowing what you provide to the world, and feeling happy that you can do this. You are coming away from the Nine of Pentacles with the Three of Pentacles. You have put yourself out there in the recent past, and you're also creating something tangible that is extremely beautiful. You may have even, I'm getting, somebody may have been redecorating their home, or clearing old clutter out of their home, or creating a prettier environment outside of the home. Feeling sure of your own capabilities, knowing that things will get better or expand, knowing that you will find the right place, whether it's inside of yourself or outside of yourself. Getting back in touch with nature, possibly even spending time in cemeteries or gardens or arboretums or outdoor sanctuaries. Or this is what you've been longing for and what you're determined to do. You are growing. You have been growing in a good way. You're feeling more in touch with yourself. This is where you're coming from. When I look at this Three of Stones or Three of Pentacles card, it always makes me feel as if she's relieved, or can breathe a sigh of relief or let go of something because things are safe now. That's what it looks like to me. Things are growing, so they are safe now. Maybe things weren't growing that well before, but now that you're seeing progress, you're feeling relieved, and this is what you're coming from. Your best possible outcome is that you need to speak up. You need to demand some answers or for some information. It feels as though you've been needing some information, or you've been needing a message, or you've been needing some papers or something, a yes or a no, or to bring yourself to somebody's attention in order to have something addressed. It feels as though perhaps in the beginning you were soft about this and you progressively got more and more adamant, or you have to now at this point. If they haven't been listening, or if you haven't gotten what you needed as far as information goes, your best possible outcome is it's perfectly fine to speak up and say, hey, remember me? I need a yes or a no, or I need this information. I'm through with being nice now. You need to pay attention to me and do this. Or, yeah, to bring something to somebody's attention, or bring yourself to somebody's attention, or to state even what your needs are, or to say, okay, I'm through with being polite and nice now. Now I really need this. And you have two clarifiers with this. Your first one is the wood word, which in this is number 11, which in most tarot decks this is justice, but this is almost reminding me of strength. And I do know that in the older versions of the tarot deck, number 11 is actually strength and number 8 is actually justice. So I'm kind of torn on how I'm looking at this, on which one it is. In a way, it doesn't really matter because this is screaming authority at me right now, especially. If you look, he looks very stern. He looks very much like a boss or a chief of some kind, or the head dude that you go to. And he's even holding a staff that has a point on the end that is dripping with blood. It's like he's willing to draw blood in order to be chief, or to ensure that justice is done. He's willing to actually fight if need be, or even kill. It's a weird version of this card. But to me, this is screaming the system, or the way that things are structured, the things that we have to deal with in society now. This, you know, we don't live in an age anymore where even if you go to the same bank or the same post office and everyone knows you and you've been going there for years and they know exactly who you are, you still have to provide all this paperwork, certifications, identifications, just to even go through the system. And at times, you know, even with making phone calls where you get the robotic voice that gives you options of buttons to press, it's almost impossible now to be able to call an actual human being and just get an answer. You have to go through possibly even hours of pressing buttons in order to get the answer that you need, or the information that you need now. And this is extremely frustrating. You know, we're taught by society or by how things are run to just accept this. We're even schooled that way in school, to accept authority, jump through the hoops, press the buttons, say yes ma'am, no ma'am, thank you, your honor, whatever. But these two combined, oh, look at that. These two combined just is telling me that you're screaming out, the system sucks. I am done with this system. I need an answer, Mr. Authority. I need some information now. I'm done with being polite and complying and going along with things. This is absolutely ridiculous. And so this is a really odd best possible outcome, because it is saying that if you do this, if you lose your cool, and if you speak up, even if you, I'm getting here that the best possible outcome is that the system is actually going to work for you for once, or give you what you need for once, if you do this speaking up thing. Normally you would think that they would, call in the guards and have you tossed out of the room if you start screaming at a judge or whatever this is. But your other clarifier with this is the 10 of Cups. So I'm getting either the system for once, actually, or the authority figures, or whatever you're up against, whatever you're trying to deal with, that to get what you need, it's going to work in your favor. They're actually going to listen to you this time, or you will get what you need this time. For the slim amount of you that are dealing with this, if the authority figures or the system does not give you what you need inside of yourself, either way, you're going to feel extremely happy that you did that. So even if they don't listen, you walk away feeling proud of yourself because you finally got it out. You're finally done pretending to have to behave in a certain way. You're going to walk away feeling extremely happy that you finally just were yourself, and that you spoke up and you did that, regardless of the consequences. But I am getting that for a lot of you, if you are in a situation like this, speaking up to the system to get what you need, they will actually listen to you, or you will get what you need, or you'll actually have justice this time, which will bring you a great deal of happiness. You'll feel accomplished. You'll feel like you had a breakthrough. This feels amazing. So that's your best possible outcome. It's kind of odd. Okay. These two. In the near future, coming up for you, you are going to see yourself manifesting or seeing results of your dreams coming true, finally. If you have been working really hard and the hump is over and now you're more onto a much more graceful flow with this, with what you've been doing or pouring your energy into, it looks as though you have your results. You have your stability. You have succeeded. Or at least you are seeing growth. You are seeing things happen from this. Things are getting easier. And you're also seeing how your dreams are possible. With this Queen of Pentacles here, you have the Mirror, which is traditionally called the Hanged Man. This is number 12. It is possible for you to see your dreams coming about in the near future, or you have a vision of something you want to manifest or see happen, or your plan or vision is becoming clearer. Your vision is becoming clearer on what you can do or on what you can create for yourself. This can even be an ally that comes your way in the near future that can give you some kind of an opportunity to go with your dreams or to manifest your dreams, or they have a similar dream as you, and so you can work together towards this common dream. But mostly I'm just seeing you feel very at ease, relaxed, and in tune with yourself, and especially with your intuitive abilities and your visions and your dreams. You may even be having answers to problems come to you in dreams. If there's something about what you're manifesting that you can't figure out as far as a strategy or an answer on something, you may want to say that you want an answer on that problem in your sleep. And you may end up having some dreams that give you answers or clarity on things. Or simply, again, spending time in nature. Taking some time out, getting a massage, eating some really nourishing food, spending time with animals, going to hot springs or the ocean or the forest or something, creating a beautiful environment even in your home is making you feel more at ease and more in tune with yourself, more in tune with your own visions. Taking some time out, you may even want to go on a trip or take a vacation or take some time out from what you've been doing. It feels as if you're able to do that now, or you feel more able to do that now, materially speaking. So that's what's coming up for you. You right now are having the return of something happen, or you're feeling more prosperous or more reciprocal with yourself, your environment, people you know, people you associate with, that you do business with even. You're getting back what you've given out. You are able to receive a great gift because you've put a lot of energy into something. You're getting your returns back, or you have what you need in order to get started or to continue with what you've been doing. With this is the Wren, which is the Page of Swords. Messages, you may be granted something, you may receive an opportunity or a message that creates more abundance or creates more free-flowing energy in your life. It's some kind of a wish come true, because you have this with the Nine of Cups, which is generosity in this deck, but it's also your wishes coming true or feeling abundant, feeling like everything you have worked towards and done is becoming easier or more clear. In the future, there's great manifestation or abundance. And now you're being given some kind of a grant or a gift or an opportunity, possibly to make more money, or just to have more abundance or generosity in general in your life, where you feel like life is giving back to you now. And you have some kind of a message headed your way on, would you like to do this? Or would you like this? Would this be able to help you? Or being that generous voice for someone else. You are overflowing right now with wanting to give back or wanting to help, since you have it in you right now. And you want to be a good, positive force for other people, where you communicate hope and generosity and care to other people, because you're doing that more now. Not that you don't normally do this, but you're emphasizing this now. It's bringing so much more into you. Yeah, it's the manifestation of what you've been putting in is coming back to you. In your surroundings. Here's Judgment again. You have the Star with Judgment, which in this is called the Great Bear. This is what's in your surroundings. This judgment or this rebirth is happening now. It is no longer a struggle. It's no longer something that you're hoping for. It is happening in your surroundings. You're feeling much more hopeful and positive now. You have an end in sight, or you have a transformation. The end of the transformation is in sight. You're coming out of the cave now. This card, the Great Bear, has the Big Dipper up in the sky above it. And you know what this is reminding me of? Is the Underground Railroad, from the slaves freeing themselves and being hid in people's homes, in old abandoned, who knows where they ended up. They had to make a journey from the south up to the north. And it was set up celestially, finally, for them, where it was time. And they were so ready to risk their lives just to free themselves and get out of there. But I remember the myth of how they were jumping from place to place or running through the dark at night to the next safe place or the next home where they could hide in the basement or hide in old abandoned mine shafts or hide in old railroads even. Maybe, I've never thought of the Underground Railroad as being a railroad, but it could be that some of the places where they hid were caves or old abandoned railroads that go deep in the ground in order to hide during the day or hide in the fields. I'm sure they hid in lots of different places on their journey. But there's that story about how they used the Great Dipper to help them with direction, as in a compass of knowing what was north, what was south. They were following, because the Great Dipper is so big and noticeable, even for people that don't know anything about astronomy and can't identify anything. Almost everyone can identify the Great Dipper, the Big Dipper, or the Great Bear, the Big Bear, Ursa Major, and then there's the Ursa Minor, right? So anyway, I feel as though you've been guided this whole time, and you have an internal compass that you've been using on how to make it up out of the underworld. You've been in the underworld for quite some time now, which you're at home with the underworld. It is your home after all. But you've been wanting to get out, to go back up to fresh air, up to the earthly, mundane reality for a little bit. This is a deep transformation that's been going on for quite some time. But the opening is in sight. If you've been down in caves for a long time, it's obvious where the opening is because the sunlight is streaming in through it. Even if it's at night, like in this, you can still see the opening with moonlight and with starlight. So you're on your way out. This is happening, and you have great hope and optimism about this. It feels like this is a huge breakthrough. Things are about to become a lot easier for you with things like synchronicity and things working out. You have an internal compass that's runs extremely deep. You know exactly where you're headed. You know exactly what direction to go in. You know exactly what you want in the deepest part of yourself and what would truly make you happy. And this transformation is coming finally to an end now, where you come back up to the regular world. This is even reminding me of how the sun is staying up for longer now. The darkest part of the winter is over. Winter solstice has now passed. Now things are getting brighter and brighter every day. The dark night of the soul has come to an end, where you're more on your way out on the other side than you are getting there. You're on your way out if you haven't already just gotten out. So this is in your surroundings. Your hope is possibly to heal, something to do with family. You have the Ten of Pentacles with healing, which in this is the Seven of Pentacles. Your hope is to have a sense of community or a sense of family or belonging. And this is something that you hope to heal. Either to find this if you feel as though you don't actually have this in your environment, or even just healing a sense of feeling out of place. You want to feel like you're part of something or you belong to something, where you're not quite so isolated or feeling so different from the things around you, where you don't feel so separated from things going on around you. You're hoping to get reconnected and to heal this, where you feel like you do belong. And your general outcome is the Ten of Cups, which is total fulfillment and happiness and joy and bliss and gratitude and feeling like this is it. You have what you wanted. Your wishes are granted. You feel fortunate. You feel blessed. You feel happy. You've reached your culmination or your emotional harvest. With it, you have the Knight of Wands, which in this is a fox. The fox has a playful, adventurous spirit. The fox has this strategy called charming, where when it's closing in on a victim or on its prey, it does this thing where it pretends that the prey isn't there at all, and it's just pretending to play and do its own thing. It leaps around, it chases its own tail, it jumps around and frolics and does all these mesmerizing, strange things. The technique is called charming, where by being playful and distracting, the fox gets closer and closer to its prey until finally, you can imagine the prey just amazedly staring at the fox doing all of these antics. And then it snatches its prey up before it even realized what was happening. You know how they say someone who's attractive or fey or has certain mesmerizing qualities about them is a fox. Fox is extremely intelligent and extremely aware. This is extreme psychic abilities of being able to know when to be someplace at just the right time, or just the right location, or pounce at just the right moment. Or instead of, this is interesting, instead of fighting to get what you need, this is charming your way in to leap on what you need. But something about your instincts are dead on. If you've been following your instincts and following your own clever strategies on how to go about things, you are going to have the outcome that you have desired. You will have what you wish. You will have your prize. So don't be afraid to be cunning. Don't be afraid to use strategies. Don't be afraid to use your charm, as long as you're not hurting anybody. But if you go with your own innate cleverness and intuition, you will have the outcome that you want. And to look at this whole experience as a fun adventure, and to see what's out there or what you can do. So hopefully that helped or made sense. I love you guys. Many blessings to you. And I'll see you soon in your bonus reading if you decide to watch that. Okay, bye.